Hi, my name is Kyle Garfield. I'm a designer of a board game called the League of the Scarlet Pimpernel. The League of the Scarlet Pimpernel is a group of men and women that have decided to leave the aristocratic comforts of England and go into the fire of the bloody French Revolution. The citizens of the rising republic are purging France of their friends, the League's friends, the French aristocrats, who are blanketly accused of ill treatment of the French folk. The purging tool of preference is the guillotine, and they are being all over the French countryside at an alarming rate. French nobility are being rounded up and escorted to prison or to jail where they await their grisly death. As members of the League of the Scarlet Pimpernel, you need to use your individual strengths to bring hope to the imperiled, to undermine the bloody French revolutionaries, and you can't save them all. But you need to save enough so that you can keep hope alive and gather intelligence so you can discover where the young crown prince is being held, the Dauphin, and rescue him. The Scarlet Pimpernel is a board game for 2 to 7 players, and depending on player count, will take anywhere between 30 and 90 minutes. Let's take a look. All right, so we have a 4-player game set up here. All of the players begin up here in England. I want to point out this is an entirely cooperative game. Everybody wins together or loses together. And everybody has 4 actions on their turn. And once everybody has taken their turn, then the board gets to take its turn. On the board's turn, it will advance everybody who's in jail up to the chopping block, and anybody who's on the chopping block will get killed. When Pink here dies, we would move this coffin piece up 1 space, and he would go up on the chopping block, and these guys are going to move 1 step closer to the nearest guillotine. And the other thing the board will do is capture additional nobles, and so we'll put out some new escorts here with some new nobles. And when on the player's turn, there's 10 different things that they can do. But at the onset, generally what you'll do is you'll draw cards, because you can use these cards, these resource cards, to pay to rescue nobles. So if we wanted to pay to rescue this noble from this escort, we would have to pay a gold and a scheme and a distraction and some papers. That's for these guys who are out in the countryside. If we want to save somebody from one of these prisons, like Yellow here in Paris, we would need to pay a gold and a scheme and 2 distractions and some papers. That's a pretty significant cost there in Paris. And not only that, but this is a fortified jail, so those are doubled. These others will be a little bit easier. And so those are some of the choices that we make as we look out over the board is, do I have the resources that I need to save any of these guys, or how important is it that we save Yellow? Yellow, if we look over here, is this noble, and if she dies, before she dies, she actually tries to turn one of us in. She gets broken and tries to reveal the identity of one of the members of the League so that hopefully she will be spared. This guy here, if we save him, he'll give us 2 cards, and this one here will give us some training in fencing. Lord Dewhurst over here has been training in fencing. He's trained in 3 positions. Throughout the game, some interceptors will start to appear on the board, and those interceptors will chase us if our identities are discovered and try to duel us. They'll also get after one of our couriers, and our courier, or if they're running around to France, a courier is one of these guys, and we can put resource cards on them and run them around the countryside, because while we're in England, we can draw 3 cards per action, but while we're in France, we can only draw 1. So the courier is a way for us to get resources down to the beleaguered members who don't have very many resources after they spent them to rescue somebody. The other thing that happens is when we rescue a noble, we advance our calling card to say, hey, it's kind of a nose-tweaking thing that we do, but we advance this and keep this up. But every time we save a noble, the other thing that we're going to do is roll this retribution die. And this is the board's response to the action that we've taken. But as we save more nobles, then we're going to have to start to roll this rage die. And this rage die is meaner things that the board gets to do. So the board gets to ramp up in strength as the game progresses, and hopefully we're able to keep up. When we advance our calling card this far, usually 2 times the number of players, we're going to find out where the Crown Prince is being held. and we'll know in advance. We'll say that he's going to come here to Toulouse, and so we'll be able to save up some gold and some disguises, and hopefully get some people in position. We still have to save 2 more nobles, and as soon as we get here, he's going to be put out here in the cell, and we'll need to save him before he gets killed. And if we do, we win the game. If he dies, or if we lose this many nobles, then we also lose the game. If the Pimpernel gets killed, one of the things that can happen as you roll this retribution die is that you can get discovered or you can get captured. And if you get captured, you're suddenly just like one of these meeple getting dragged to the nearest guillotine. And we have to pay the same price that we would have to pay to save a noble to save you. If we do save you, that's good, because that counts as one of these nobles that saved. But if we don't save you, you die. And you get to draw another player card out and start in England. You lose any fencing training that you've got, but you'd still be able to help us rescue some people. But if you got killed, that would also count as a noble that died, and that'd be a sad thing. So I know it was very sad when my mom, I left her to rot in jail. But I did save the Crown Prince, so it was a win. She won, even though she was left to rot. But I love the game. So thanks for taking time to watch it.